Okay, today I'm going to show you how to create an assessment in Schoology. You would go to your courses and then pick a class, and then you would add materials and then add an assessment. And you're going to create a title for your assessment. Mine's going to be the scientific method. And I'm going to say that it's due today at midnight. It's going to be worth 100 points. Submissions, it says disable or enable. So I'm going to enable it. And the password, you could either have disabled where they don't have a password and they can just sign in from the class. But I suggest, since we're online, to create a password. It has to be 5 digits. And you could always go back in here and then tell them what the password is. Okay, so I just made up a password. So in other words, they can't just sign into the class and take the quiz or test without that passcode. And then it says categories. So ungraded, assessment, tests, and quizzes. I'm going to say it's an assessment. And then it has the period, quarter 1. You could also set this as your midterm or final grade. And I just leave everything else checked. You have options at the bottom. You could either individually assign it, or you could publish to the students or unpublish it. So say I don't want them to know until they come to class. I'm not going to publish it. So I would check the circle so that it'd be white instead of yellow. Because right when they come to class online, that's when I'm going to publish it. Okay, so setup. It has setup, questions, grading, life progress, and reporting. So setup, instructions will be displayed to students before they start their assessment. So what is it you want to say for the test? I'm going to say, please answer every question. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in bold so it's darker. And then it has assessment settings. Assessment has a time limit, yes or no. I'm going to say no. But you could put a time limit, like the time of your class, or 20 minutes, or whatever you want. Assessment questions are randomly ordered. I'm going to say no this time. If we were in class and somebody's sitting next to each other, you could switch up the questions. Show possible points for each question during the attempt. I put yes, then they know how much each question is worth. Assessment toolbar. Students can flag questions for review, yes or no. I put no. Students can eliminate answer choices. I put no. And students can use a calculator, a ruler, or a protractor. So this would all be for math. So all my answers are no on that. Students can use a highlighter. I put no, but I mean that's really good for some of science too, language arts, social studies. Students can use a notepad. I also put no for this quiz. Okay, student settings. Allow students to view results after an attempt is submitted. You could say no or yes. I'm going to say yes so that they can see what their score was. And because it's our first quiz, so that they learn how to do this online, it says number of attempts students can submit. I'm going to let them do it 2 times. And this way, in case something happens, their internet goes down or something, they can do it twice. Your final grade is determined by what then? Highest score or last score? I put highest score. And students can change and review answers before submitting an attempt. If unsubmitted attempts exist, students will be able to resume them. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And then it tells you that you're successful, that your changes have been saved. And then next to where you just saved it, it says saved. How about adding some questions to your assessment? Add questions. So go in there and then you can create your assessment. I love that they have so many different options. I'm trying to make sure you can see them all. Multiple choice, true and false, matching, ordering, fill in the blank, video, audio, short answer essay. That's great. So I'm going to start off with a true and false, just to show you how to do this. Okay, so it has questions set up. So my question, or what I'm going to put for true or false, is a hypothesis can be incorrect and the experiment can be correct, which is true. So it has your options, true or false, and then your correct answer set up. That's true. Okay? And then you would hit save. You can put your learning objectives down there too. Okay, and let's do ordering. Okay, so question set up. Please put the scientific method in order. Okay, and then here's your options. I'll just do it in order. State the problem. Gather the information. Form a hypothesis. Perform an experiment. Analyze the data. And display the results. Okay, so these are your options. So when you come down here, since I put them in order, that's what would be correct, okay? So I'm going to save it. And you could, it says scoring type, exact match. I want an exact match. A partial match, you'll give them so many points. And then partial for if you had a response. So I'm just going to leave it as exact match, okay? And I'm going to save it. Okay, so when I go back in here, because you can review your questions too. Also, it has the points that are how many points each question's worth. So our true and false, I'm going to give them 10 points for that one. Oops. And then this is our matching or putting them in order. So now I come back to here and I want to mix these up. I don't want them in order. Okay. So now I mixed them up and I'm going to save it because here's the correct answer. Okay. I also wanted to go back to that one to put the points. I'm going to put it as 50 points. Okay. And this one was 10 points. I don't know why it kicked it out. Okay, so now I have 60 points. So I need 40 more points. Okay, so if you were going to do multiple choice, you could put what is an independent variable in the experiment. Oops, make sure it's a question mark. And then your options. Okay, so an independent variable is what is manipulated or changed in the experiment. Sorry. Okay, so that's my correct answer. And then you could say what is being measured in the experiment. And then you could say what is staying the same. Okay, so I'm gonna take out one of these options. So those are our three options for the question. And I'm going to put the correct answer. What is manipulator change in the experiment? I want the exact match. Okay. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to show this as, say, 20 points. Okay. So 20, 30, that gives us 80. And then I'm going to show you this one too, a short answer essay. So say you put a question in, okay, tell me the difference between an experiment and a demonstration. Put your question, okay? And then you come down here and it has word limit. I'm going to say 200 words the most, okay? And what happens is a lot of submissions over limit. No. Okay, so I'm going to save this. And let's just say this is the end of our quiz. So this is 20 points, okay? I just wanted to show you how to do these features. Okay, so now 20, 40, 50, that's worth 100 points. Okay, so what did I want to show you? Okay, so grading. When they grade it, they'll grade all of these except for the short answer. And it'll come up to you when you see for grading that you have to give the points, the 20 points. So sometimes, say they had half of it right. Maybe they knew what an experiment was, but they didn't know what a demonstration was. I'll give them 10 points then. Okay? So it's super easy for grading because the other ones are all graded for you. So this will be really great for anybody with language arts or anything. And then you can preview your quiz or test. Okay? Let's see what it looks like. So a hypothesis can be incorrect in an experiment. We know that's true. Okay. Place this in order. We know it's state the problem, gather the information, form a hypothesis, perform an experiment, analyze the data. Okay. And then what is an independent variable? It's what's being manipulated in the experiment. And tell me the difference between an experiment. An experiment uses the scientific method to try and solve a problem or prove something. A demonstration is showing you how to do something. Okay? All right. Let's see how this goes. Finish. That's all. You reached the end of the preview. Okay, so that would be what they would see. So that's nice too, is to make sure, okay? And then you have actions. I want to say I want to copy to my course. I want all my classes to have this. I would just put a check mark next to them, okay? And then it would be in each one of the classes. All right? Thank you.